And away we are into game number 4. Our Terran player in the upper right-hand corner in the blue is last, and his opponent in the bottom right-hand corner is Movie.
Taking a game. He's on the scoreboard now.
That is true. He put his name up there.
So remember when I said reverse and we're going to 12 a.m.? I'm the reverse Artosis.
Yeah, that's right. When you curse somebody, it actually comes true.
Yeah.
So we may indeed see a full 5-game series. Our first series of the day was the sickest 5 games. Rain and Mini. Go back and watch that series. So sick. If we get another 5-game series,
it better be
same
deliver. Par. Yeah.
That's all I'm trying to say. I'm down to be here until midnight if the games are sick enough. So, still, last up a game. He's 1 game away from winning. Let's see what the build is that he does go for. It's no BBS shenanigans. He's building a supply depot, which is the happiest start to any versus Terran game.
It's a happy start for every game.
That's true. And it's only going to be 1 gateway to start things out, so no 2-gate aggression. You wouldn't see that from that pylon positioning anyway, either way. So I think we are just going to have another super stock standard opening, but I love it when Movie goes aggressive early. He's just shown a really strong ability to break through last defensive.
Yeah, I can't tell if it's a Movie skill thing or if it's last weakness. But either way, Movie should definitely keep doing it. It clearly is working.
I do think it is a little bit of last weakness because the biggest way to stop that is scouting information. If you see that your opponent has only 1 base, then chances are you're going to be in for some trouble. Now, that's easier said than done, right? And sometimes you run up against a unit blocking a ramp or your SCV gets killed. So it is hard to find out. But
there's also just a lot of stuff you can do.
Right, and this is one of them. Well, not the way that you meant it, but one of the ways that you can stop that, like I said, is scouting. That's exactly why Last has an early SCV out on the map.
Yeah, I'm going to scout. There's no shenanigans going on, at least. But this doesn't tell you too much, this early scout right now.
Yeah, I mean, the biggest thing that it tells you is that everything is where it should be. You're counting probes, you're counting pylons, and it's all going to add up at this point. So if Movie wants to go for some shenanigans, he is going to have to take care of that SCV.
This is when you man your supply depot.
You definitely do not build that. Unfortunately, Terran has this huge nerf where their units have to actually stay on the building to build them. I mean, at least it's not like the Zerg. You lose your worker for those. Definitely hard
if you cancel it, comes back.
Well, yeah, but then you don't get the building.
And then you build it again.
Well, then you lose more resources, my man. I don't know where you're going with this. It still doesn't look good for Zerg, so maybe a little bit of sympathy for those players out there.
Unfortunately, you can't build a hatchery in between either, because then you'd be able to build your hatchery really close to the minerals. It'd be like fastest map possible.
Get me out of that world. I do not want to see that reality.
Oh, engineer block.
Yeah, okay, so this is almost what you were saying, to build the manor supply depot.
Yeah.
That's kind of the equivalent of a gas steal. Not exactly, but it's the idea that you can use your scouting unit to be a little bit annoying and delay that expansion.
Yeah, these minerals not going to be really into play. It probably... I mean, he's not getting a quick CC, so these minerals aren't going anywhere anyway, so you might as well use them this way.
Right, so where are the resources for Last going? He's getting an early...
yeah, there's the CC now.
Machine shop. I don't know why I couldn't remember the name of that. But the machine shop's on the way. I believe it's going to be spinning up mines for vultures, but I don't know exactly what to expect. There's the destruction of the eBay, the construction of the Nexus, and Last, is he going to get in here?
Okay, gets a scout. That's actually really nice.
Scouts to Nexus. Now, if this were MC, he'd cancel a Nexus and go all in, but that's not what we're going to see here from Movie. A lot of information, and that's a big change for Last. He has that information to deal with, and he's not building his command center on position, so this contain is not going to stop that from happening.
Yeah, RoboBay on the way for Movie, and we've seen him utilize this really well, especially when it comes to busts, so we'll have to see how he's able to utilize it this game.
I mean, what is he going to put in his shuttle, though? His DT drops were less than effective. I want to see him go for another big Reaver push, but this is the opposite of Gladiator, right? You got a high ground main and a, I guess, regular ground natural. What do you call that? Like
just a regular net.
I mean, you can call it low ground, I guess, compared to the main, but it's actually just the terrain level the rest of the map's
It's
on.
low ground, I think.
Whatever you want to call it.
Yeah,
You got what it is. So the idea is that once again we have this Protoss soft contain. The command center is built. Eventually, it was siege position, by the way. I'm not not totally dumb about that, but he's going to have that tech out in time to move forward. He's going to be able to push the Dragoons back, and the command center will
The
drop
Dragoons
down.
were so scared of that CC. They're
Oh,
just like, oh
no.
god.
I hope it doesn't land on
Yeah.
me. If they were interceptors, it would kill them, but they are just lowly gateway units.
The
So.
interceptors are just going to bounce off the CC.
They do die if you crush them with a landing building. But
Interceptors?
yeah.
Oh.
There's other glitches where you can like kill tanks by landing buildings. I don't exactly know how that all works, and truly nobody does. It is part of the black magic of Brood War, but yeah, lifting and landing buildings, sometimes that causes crazy things to happen. But either way, the command center moving out means that Movie knows the timing on the siege mode behind that. I don't know why I said it was mines or something earlier. That was a little bit...
Okay, we have a little bit of a pressure here.
We all get one, right? But yeah, this is a little bit of pressure. Movie should be good with this. If he... I didn't actually catch what tech he was going for behind this.
Robo-Bay.
I believe it
it's
is...
an observer.
it's observers, yeah. So, I mean, unfortunately, observers deal 0 damage. So this might be a little bit hard. Now, this isn't the crazy
I wish he'd try to force the siege up a little bit earlier. Like, kind of like how you use Stalkers in StarCraft 2.
Absolutely. You're exactly right, No Regret. You are supposed to use those Dragoons to pick away at the Marines at least. Movie just totally...
Let him just siege up, kind of.
Yeah, pulled back, and now he is going to be taking that fire. He's going to try to move in. The Zealot is moving forward, but it does go down. There's nothing buffering for these Dragoons and tanks. They're pretty good against those. The tank line is deep, and the Dragoon count is low. They go down, and last push holds.
And these Vultures are going to have nothing to really contest them if they wanted to run by, but they don't. So that's good for Movie, in my opinion.
Now, sniping off a couple of tanks is good. It does delay the push a little bit, but at what cost? That's a lot of gateway production time and resources used.
I mean, yeah, and this bunker not being finished is huge too, though. Imagine this bunker finishing. Like, these tanks pretty much become invulnerable.
Oh, Citadel, or not Citadel, yeah, on the way. And that it means that eventually Movie will be able to hang on, but he has to kill this tank. One more shot, and he takes it out.
Yeah, this is not looking too bad, honestly. Like, the earlier Dragoon trade wasn't that great, but honestly, trading out for tanks is not that bad.
You're right. It's not terrible. He did lose a few more units than I thought was okay, but anyway, regardless, they hold on.
I think the scariest thing about losing your Dragoons like that is when the momentum shifts, like, heavily.
Oh, yeah.
Like, if that doesn't happen, it's not such a big deal, because it's just an even trade.
Oh, can he snipe this worker? Second
Nice.
shot is good, and last delays this Nexus even longer.
Oh, is
Wait,
that?
what?
Okay.
Okay.
For a second, I thought that was 2 Stargates.
I
like,
was
whoa.
worried.
Whoa, man.
Double scout production, man. It's so... No, just kidding. We're not gonna-
Two-base carrier, man. Build a bunch of shield batteries.
Yeah, he would have to have a few extra buildings for that to work. But unfortunately, yeah, there's no fleet beacon or anything crazy like that.
Yeah, he's just going to take his third. Play this normal game out.
I feel like I need to say about Movie what I've said about last. After that aggression, Movie's still alive, right? The tanks pushed out, they got taken care of, Movie's in a good spot, and now it's actually last that has to pull back and defend. And where is his army? I gotta get a feel for this tank count again. More factories being added on. He is powering up.
Oh, that Vulture doesn't have much HP.
Yeah, but it's got mines, so that's all it needs to do. Mines are infinitely more valuable than the Vulture.
True.
Well, I can't exactly say that. Somebody's going to be like, well, technically, the Vulture has a infinite potential to kill. Okay, I get it. They're both good. Anyway.
The cute thing is that I don't think you expect mines to be there because your Dragoons are pretty far forward here.
That is
honestly.
True. More than that, Movie does
Okay, here
not
comes. Are these Dragoons going to run into mines? Okay, no, they're killing them, I think.
Yeah.
Oh, they did.
No! You called it again.
Yeah, that's cute.
That is very bad. Now these Vultures are going to have a free trip into the main. No! Stick his body block, but they're going to catch the probes in transit. Oh,
I can't tell if that's a wall or not.
It's not a full wall. The Dragoon makes it a wall, though. So.
Yeah, I mean, it looked like there was a huge gap, but obviously this is Brood War.
Oh, you mean at the top?
No, like between the Dragoon and the wall, but...
Yeah, this is Brood War. That was definitely Brood War blocking.
So.
Yeah, you might think, oh, well, that's...
fit a Nexus in there, it's fine.
Really annoying. But, I mean, that is... that's where the art of Brood War, not like the drawing, but like the art form that playing Brood War comes in mind, because you do have to know exactly what is and isn't a wall. If those Vultures run by through a gap, then all of a sudden you're in big trouble.
So this is what I said he should have been doing the first time this push came out. is he's kind of forcing the sieges. And
Yeah.
he's doing a really good job of leapfrogging, by the way. This
So
is like a really fast leapfrog.
Yeah, the biggest problem for Movie is that he has no Zealots. You can see a couple down below, but he needs Zealots to run in first, tank the tank shots, and then run in.
Is he going to run
Oh,
around
he's
this?
trying to run by.
That would be really
that would
sick.
be absolutely sick. He could pick off reinforcements and aggressively position to try to force last to come home.
Yeah, I would actually really like him to try and do that.
Okay, there are the Zealots that I was talking about. The rally point is a little bit below these Dragoons, and Movie is pulling back because he recognizes, okay, let's give him a little bit of room. He's hard pushing. If Movie can hold this, then that is just all the breathing room in the world.
Yeah, I think he's waiting for some arbiters, too, with this army.
Yep.
But there is a lot of turrets already being added.
I mean, Movie's just trying to buy time for arbiters to finish, for stasis to come up, and for him to allow
Just
him
to build more units, too.
Yeah, especially for Zealots. These are going to be Zealots with legs, and as soon as they run on top of the tanks, if they can Mind Drag in, that would be absolutely huge. Why are they running down there?
It's just to reunite with the rest of his army on the left side, I think.
Okay.
Well, because he can't actually walk between that anymore. There's siege tanks blocking him.
Yeah. I mean, the idea is that you come in maybe from one direction, then you flank, but maybe that's not the best way to handle things. Either way, they have coalesced his forces, and
he does have an arbiter now, so it may be time soon. I think there's only a couple Marines in that bunker, so not the hugest deal here.
Okay,
But this is going to be it.
Oh, it's actually before the turret's finished, but the shots still go down. There's the scan, so the Arbiter's not going to be cloaking for long, but the Zealots are getting in
these
range of those
Zealots.
tanks. Look at how deep the tank line is, though. These are so many tanks and so much blue goo being spilled on the ground. A big bomb does blow up, but the Zealot count still moving forward. The Dragoon count is waning, but the Zealots survive. The reinforcing vultures from behind. Can they kill these Zealots before they take out the tanks? The tanks are blowing up, and Movie breaks through.
Yeah, it's a 3-base Protoss versus a 2-base Terran, too. So he's in a really good spot. He's cleaning up all the reinforcements, and he's going to be in a really good spot from this point
This is so good. To break a Terran hard contain is every Protoss player's dream. And to force them back after everything, Movie has to be feeling great right now.
Yeah, especially going into the Arbiter tech and everything. Oh,
Whoa,
okay. Only loses one Dragoon. That Zealot is very lucky. Oh, my God.
All right. Yeah, he gets the Purple Heart after this game.
Yeah, that is a 1 HP Zealot.
Okay, so either way, Movie, he gets another release on life. Okay.
That was almost really cool.
That was, yeah, he was almost a Mind Drag in either direction, but Movie is doing exactly what he needs to. He's clearing out mines, he's pushing out again, or he's pushing Last out again.
Yeah.
But Last still wants to go for this.
Last is
push
double
number
down.
2.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, he has to, right? He's only on 2 bases behind this, and he cannot keep this up for much longer.
Yeah, you'd think that this push would actually be even easier to hold, so we'll have to see if he's able to do it.
He's going to go for it again, immediately moving forward. Scan comes down.
Oh,
Stasis,
nice stasis.
Yeah, but it only catches one tank, so the 3 behind it are actually, that stasis actually body blocks the Zealots from getting to those rear tanks. The Dragoon
my God,
count, though,
this is so many
just so
Dragoons,
high.
yeah.
He needs to focus fire, though, and I think he is going to do that when he moves forward. Only one
Yeah.
tank left remaining. The stasis is holding the remaining tank there, but it looks like the barrier from that stasis holds Movie's forces at bay and allows Last to hang on.
Yeah, pretty even trade, though. And honestly, I think even trading at this point favors Movie a lot. As long as he doesn't die, he's in a really good spot here.
Ooh, I think he actually did lose that observer. I didn't catch that.
Looks like he's still cleaning up. Yeah, he might have a second observer here, actually.
Yeah, so gonna try for it again.
The stasis is still off here.
No, stasis is the longest spell in the game.
Okay.
I mean, it lasted for infinity and beyond. This time the stasis wears off, allows him to kill the tank, but the tank line is deeper. And Movie needs to make sure he's wearing his floaties because he is definitely in the deep end of the pool.
Yeah, Movie's like kind of taking this a little bit more aggressive than I think he needs to.
Yeah.
He can certainly wait a little bit longer, build up a little bit more of an army before doing this.
There's a tipping point, right? Movie has a better economy, but I said I wasn't going to say that word again. However,
It's okay.
If he throws away too much of his army, Last's army snowballs. The hard push continues forward and becomes even more difficult for Movie to break through.
Yeah. I mean, like, if Movie loses one army, this is really scary. Like, he can never lose an entire army here, I don't think. Because then you just have Last instantly unsiege and move his entire army forward, and then what are you going to do? Your Nat's dead. Your rally points are cut off. So, like, you have to take this really slowly.
This game reminds me of the Matrix trilogy. Like, the beginning just looks so good for Movie, and then the second Matrix movie comes out, and everything starts going terribly for Movie, and you're like, oh, man, I don't know where this is going.
Yeah, I mean, he broke the first push so solidly.
Yeah.
It looked like a one-sided fight.
I think the problem is he went for it again without just making sure that he had everything he needed. The stasis protected the tanks.
Is he
in the
going to
back
recall?
line.
Is this going to be a weird base race?
He is going to go for a recall, but there are mines back in the base. There's not a
There's
whole lot
nothing
else,
here,
If he
though.
recalls on this tank, it's going to be huge. He catches the only tank back in the last main base. He kills off the mines with the Zealots here, but last on the other side is going to move forward. This could be that base race you're talking about, No Regret.
Yeah, this is going to favor, though. I feel like this is going to favor Movie a lot.
I don't know if Last can push through the natural and make his way into the main. That could be huge, but camping Terran production is a big, bad deal. And for Last, he might not be able to produce a whole lot more reinforcements.
Yeah, we see Last turning around a lot of his units, too. If he can snipe this base and retreat, maybe. But I think he's going to lose too much on the defense side.
So I think what Last is trying to do is, oh no,
Whoa,
it's too
GG.
much. Last taps out. Movie has bought himself a new lease on life and takes us to our second game 5 of the night.
It's a reverse.
Not yet.
It's
but
almost a reverse. It's a semi-reverse.
It could be. For Movie to bring this back would be titanic. And I mean, that's what Last looks like. He looks all big and impressive. He takes 2 games, but the iceberg.
You drink that water. You deserve it, man.
The iceberg movie could take him down, and along with it, make the best 2 VHS movie you could watch.